Welcome back. This is Attorney Patrick Silva. In this video, you're going to learn about 3 problems associated with the breath machine when you're performing it under a DUI investigation. Stay tuned and find out. The 3 problems associated with the breath machine getting an inaccurate reading. Welcome back. This is Attorney Patrick Silva. What you just saw me doing is blowing into a Draeger 7510 breath machine. If you happen to ever be arrested or stopped and suspected of a DUI in the state of California, this is the type of machine you'll be blowing into if the arresting agency is the California Highway Patrol. What you just witnessed was me blowing zeros into the Draeger 7510. Let's go through the 3 problems associated with the breath machine getting an inaccurate reading. These are not the only 3, these are just a few, and I'm just discussing these. There's more, and they'll be in later videos. But let's talk about male versus female. A man, 220 pounds, is going to have a bigger lung capacity than a female, 120, 170, 150 pounds. The lung capacity is an issue. The smaller lung capacity does change something called a partition ratio. We'll just call it an exchange value between the breath machine and what's it's supposedly guessing what's in your blood. So number 1 is male versus female lung size. The lung size could have about a 0.01 range of error. It's not exact, and I'm giving you the range. The next one is blowing too hard. When a person blows too hard, that can also have about a 0.01 to 0.015 if you're blowing too hard. A lot of times on the side of the road, the officer will either say keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing, or they'll say harder, 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 harder. And then we'll go to problem number 3. Problem number 3 happens to do with lung temperature. When the studies first came out and when they calibrated this machine to guess what's in your blood, they set it on a conversion factor, and the fancy words we use in court is called the partition ratio. They set it at this number called 2100 to 1. The problem is the lung temperature has an effect on that partition ratio, and it could change. The original study had less than 24 people in it, and this was back in the pre-70s. Later on, they had another larger study with hundreds of people, and during that study, these were again scientific studies, and during that studies they discovered that the lung temperature was not coming out at 34 degrees. It was basically at 36, 37 and higher. We're thinking, well, what does air temperature, lung temperature have to do with the machine? For every 1 degree, it could have about a 15% or a 0.015 increase in range. Blowing too hard, along with being female, along with the breath range, can give you about a 0.03 to a 0.04 error range. You might be thinking, well, I only had a glass and a half of wine. How can I be a 0.14? Well, if you weigh 140 pounds, you're female, and you have 2 glasses of wine, that'll put you about a 07, 08, maybe as high as an 09, depending on the alcohol content. And then the machine comes back at a 0.14, and you're thinking, wait a minute, that just doesn't make sense. Now, does any of this make any logic or reasoning during the the pre-negotiation phases when you're dealing with the district attorney? No, it doesn't. These are strategies and arguments we have to use in trial if your case even gets that far. Hope you've enjoyed this educational video. This is part of our LawTube community service content. My name's Attorney Patrick Silva. We're located in beautiful downtown Redlands. I focus on DUI defense. My daughter's a lawyer. Her focus is probate, wills, trust. My son's a lawyer. His focus is personal injury. If you want a free consultation, give us a call at 909-798-1500, or you can find us at silvaandsilvalaw.com, or you can find me at beatmydui.com. This is Attorney Patrick Silva. Hopefully you've enjoyed this little educational video. Have a nice day.